Hello and welcome back to Comics and Cold Ones. I'm JP, and as always, I'm joined by the fun-loving friend of mine, Pope G.
I am fun loving.
You are fun-loving.
And I came prepared. You said comics and cold ones?
Oh, what are you drinking there, buddy?
I'm drinking some Genai in my Genai pint glasses.
Genai, is that like plural? Like, does that mean that you're gonna have two Guinness?
Yeah,
So
basically.
Genai would be like octopi, or
I don't think you can have just one. Plus, it kind of sounds like it's Jedi brew. Like,
oh, I see.
what are
Yeah.
you, like I'm drinking Genai.
Well, I mean, I'm not having Genai per se, but I do have this organic ultra Michelob pure gold right here, liquid gold.
Pure gold.
You know, there's nothing like a good beer that you can see through. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing says I'm an alcoholic and I enjoy my beer like gold liquid water.
Gold liquid water. Yep.
Like, I mean, you ever had this shit?
No.
Well, I can assure you, there's no reason to.
Like, by looking at it, it looks like, and I hate if you guys like this beer, but like Corona Light, like that is like, looking at that reminds me of when I first drank a Corona Light. Like,
It's like
that was horrible.
it's like the first time you saw a girl naked.
Yeah, like I was like, ugh.
I was scared and I didn't know what was happening, but I drank it anyways. I don't know, man. I just know the reason I have this and the reason I'm drinking it is because it's it was the last beer in my house, and I've been holding on to it for sentimental purposes. And since those sentimental purposes are no longer justified, I just figured
Then that beer should no longer exist.
Exactly. And now I probably could have done myself a service and just dumped it down the sink, but you know, that'd be wasteful, and I'm really not that kind of guy.
But that you also have the satisfaction of pissing it out later. So,
You know, I won't even notice because it's the same color. Yep. I'll be like, dang, I think that was the beer.
yes.
Now, the good news is like all good things, they come in pairs, right? So as a backup plan, once the shitty beer's gone, I did pick up a Leinenkugel's Honey Weiss.
Nice.
Have you ever had that? Is it Honey Weiss or Honey Weiss? Like, I feel like I should be German and say, is the Leinenkugel Honey Weiss? Not that was a German accent. That was actually terrible. I don't know what that was, but anyways, what's been going on, man? I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks.
That's funny. Man, I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. Man, yeah. I've been really busy with work and stuff. And I've been trying, like, I haven't even had much time. Like, I've been pressing books and trying to get, like, my comic book room situated. But
well, I remember our last show, I said I was going to have my comic wall done. I lied. Yeah. Maybe this weekend I can get more done with it. Hazel Dan, what's shaking? I will apologize if you guys hear my children in the background, and then I'll apologize later if you have to hear me beating my children in the background. They're a little rambunctious tonight, and I'm not really gonna beat them. I just scold them firmly with a belt. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Like, I just use the phone book. It's okay.
Yeah. Do they even make phone books anymore now that you brought that up?
I don't know.
Like, remember how they used to like chuck them on your steps and you trip over them on your way home late at night and you forget like who, like they couldn't just mail them. They would pay someone to drive around and put them on your doorsteps to trip you. And then you're like, who do I sue for my broken neck? Don't know.
Let me look in the yellow pages.
Good answer. That's right. The yellow
Like,
pages have all the answers.
How convenient.
That's pretty sweet. Oh man. Yeah, honestly, like now that you said that, now I kind of wish I had a phone book. Like I just feel like I need one now. I probably don't, but it might be nice to have.
You got some neighbors you're pissed off at, and you're just gonna leave the phone book on their doorstep.
Well, so I have this one neighbor. Well, I have a few neighbors, but my cool neighbor lives directly across from me. He's I think he's maybe Spanish speaking. He has an accent, but I'm not really sure where it's located. But anyways, he's a cool dude. But he was telling me that his wife's brother, I guess that would be his brother-in-law, and I've seen the guy come wheeling up in his wheelchair, and he's always just angry at the world. I mean, obviously he's in a wheelchair. He's got his reasons for that. But more importantly, the brother-in-law, a.k.a. my friend, hates him. And he's like, every time he comes over here, he wants to cause problems. So I bet if I had a phone book, I could block his wheels, and he couldn't get up the steps to get to his house. And he would probably thank me for it later.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, I found my brother-in-law dead in the yard. I don't know. Looks like his wheels got stuck with this phone book. You know anything about that? I'm like, no, I don't. But I tell you what, that was a good use of a 4-pound book.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think he would appreciate it. As the old saying goes, there's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, maybe they'll start sending like phone books to get like CGC'd and stuff like that. So like,
well, they probably would, except CGC can't grade stuff that thick. They're not there yet. That's why they can't. That's why they can't do pulps. They keep saying they're going to do pulps, as I learned from Hazel Dan, because the lady part of Hazel Dan messages me and tells me, JP, you should really start looking into getting some pulps. And then she sends me pictures, and I'm like, ooh, I should really look into getting some pulps. And then I'm like, can they CGC them? And the answer is no. But then we found some CGC pulps on the auction site known as eBay. And, well, we're a little confused because CGC still says they don't grade pulps. So I don't know what to think. But regardless, I'm sure at some point I'll go down that road because I'm a sucker for all things Hazel Dan.
As should we all be.
We should all be indeed. Pocan Joe, what's going on, brother man?
Pocan Joe, nice.
Haven't seen him since Instagram earlier today with his funny little jokes he's always posting.
I blame the 9.2 crew. Like, they're like, oh, 9.2's coming back? Like, let's start some shit. Like, not necessarily bad shit, but like, let's just start.
What's up, Discovery Bay? JB, how have you been? It's been a couple weeks. Cheers to you as well. I will tap you with this liquid gold. Also, probably closely related to goat piss.
And in a minute, I'll toast you with the Irish black tar.
Man, I haven't had an Irish car bomb in a minute, dude. That used to be my jam back in my early to mid 20s when I first started drinking. I was a late bloomer, like I didn't really have that young need to drink, Dang, that looks delicious. I should have got a Guinness. Oh, you know what? My options at the gas station were limited to Modelo
and Bud Light,
Corona, some shit called White Claw or something. I've never had one of those, but I always figure it doesn't interest me very much because I don't like White Claws. I like Black Claws. If they had like a Black Claw, maybe I'd try it, but they don't. They have a White Claw. Another white privilege. Just hanging out there for the taking.
Yep.
But anyways, it's good to see Discovery Bay. It's good to see Joe. But seriously, if y'all aren't following these guys on Instagram, I recommend it. Same with Hazel Dan, although their Instagram handle is different than their YouTube handle. I don't know if they want that known or not, so I won't say it. But if you do, hit them up. But I do know Pocan Joe because I live for his daily satire. I enjoy his jokes. Like, it's always something clever and funny and gets a smile on my face. So, and JB's always showing comics. If I'm not mistaken, correct me in the chat, Mr. Discovery Bay. Do you still do a show, or have a show, or like to show? There's so many shows that have changed over the years. I don't really know who to promote very well anymore. So I do know that Hazel Dan is often with David from Seeking Nearmit Comics. They do a show on, I think it's Thursday nights, every other Thursday night or something like that. It's a little fun show to watch if you like some witty banter.
Man, that sounds familiar. Thursday nights.
Yeah, I feel like it used to be our thing, huh? No more shows on his channel. Okay, that's right. That's where I saw you. You're on Lords of the Long Box now every Thursday night. Well, there we go. Thursday night is the night. So you got Lords of the Long Box. You got David and Hazel Dan, and I think they have a couple other people on that show as well. Comic Book Estate, if I'm not mistaken, and Comics Galore. I think Alex is his name. That's a friend of Hazel Dan. So there's a lot of different stuff out there. I've bounced around from what I have time to watch and what I don't have time to watch. And of course, you know, you always have the people that in our little community that we used to have that I always frequent. If I see Mr. Rig posts a video, I'll watch it. And of course, if Sean Pope posts a video.
If Sean Pope's in the woods and no one's around, did he really Pope?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I just been busy with kid stuff all the time as usual. I mean, I was telling him I got my first ever tie-dye shirt was a gift from my kids' grandmother. I was the only person left in the family that doesn't have a tie-dye shirt, so she sent me a picture on her vacation of this little alien guy, and I said, yeah, I'll take that. Oddly enough, it was the only one left in my size.
It was like it was meant to be.
It was like it was meant to be. I agree with you 100%. Oh gosh. So what have you been watching the Ahsoka show on Disney Plus with some Star Wars?
I've started it. I watched the first 3 episodes, and it's not that I don't want to watch it. It's just I haven't had the time to watch it. And in fact, this weekend is going to be catch-up time. So
sweet.
So if you're caught up, and is it still going pretty strong?
Yeah, the 5th episode just happened yesterday or Tuesday night. I got up at the crack of dawn and watched it on Wednesday morning because I felt like it. I actually enjoy the series. Like, I haven't been keeping up with the Star Wars stuff, if I'm being honest. But there's a new character on the show called Shin Hati, and I don't know, but I'm digging it. I like new characters, and you know, she's not in the comic books, unfortunately. However, I'm hoping that they put her in the books because the version I have is probably not for children. So, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing all the things that JP does on his spur of the moment type things. But she doesn't have a lot of things to collect out there unless you're into Legos. There was a Lego set with her little starfighter thing. But it's not a really good, you know, Lego doesn't really do a very good accurate depiction. You know, they're kind of blocky, you know, it's just really not my thing. I'm really not into Legos, it turns out. My kids might be, but I try not to introduce them to too much stuff that's going to cost me more money, you know.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not Legos because, god damn.
Yeah, they can get up there, I suppose. Well, even that set is like, I don't know, like on average $100. But regardless, it's all good. I don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. Someone else can buy it. I'll stick with what I like. Hazel
It
Dan
was
said that she or them collectively enjoy the show. I do know that the male version of Hazel Dan is not a big fan of the character that I'm a big fan of. So there's been a little banter between him and I via her. They just don't get my love for Shin Hati. I hope it's a gateway. As I'll tell you right now, I'll be buying all kinds of first appearances of Shin Hati. That's for dang sure.
variant covers galore.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm gonna get a Shin Hati tattoo on my back.
Do it.
Just
I mean, she'll hit the comic books.
I hope so, because
I wouldn't even say hope so. Money to be made. It's gonna happen.
I mean, you can see this version here. That's the only version. Well, there's one other version of her. I mean, this is a cosplay, so it's not really her. She's a little more well endowed than the character on the show, I would imagine. But,
Yeah.
I did make sure I picked this up because, first appearance. So, yeah, little more busty than most.
Well, they do say the cover, comic book covers adds 10 pounds. So.
Well, it added 10 pounds in one particular spot. Which, whatever. I'm not here to judge. I'm not the artist who drew that rendition. And I'm not
maybe they're just doing really thick lines,
Yeah, real thick lines, indeed. Hold on 1 second, because, I have children. So I'll be right back.
All right, so while JP is murdering children, I prepped a little bit today, obviously with getting some brewskis. And also, I stopped by the Peddler's Mall just to see what's in the bins. And I picked up Team America, which
yeah,
fuck yeah. I don't know. I just really, really, really like this cover, and it's in the dollar bins. Very cool. JP likes redheads, so here's a Return of the Queen and Aquaman. Figured that's not that bad of a cover. Picked up some Conan. And this was really cool. It's called Blood Lagoon. It's a Grindhouse book that was in the bins. And it's a pretty cool book. And I put it in a clear thing because there's this funny little bat comic on the back. It's a little perverted, but pretty funny. I picked up this Batman Legends of the Dark Knight just because I thought the cover looked pretty cool. And I know me and JP already own this one, but it's a bubblegum cover. And I want to say this might be her first appearance as well.
It is. I do have a couple of those as well.
So I found that. I couldn't leave that there. But I did find this one, and I didn't know if you had it or not. But it's a bubblegum cover.
Oh, I do not have that bubblegum cover. That one's nice.
So this one's going in the JP stash.
As it should.
And then, of course, I can't leave, Gen 13 in there like this. Then I picked up. But I've never seen this, the Gen 13 Yearbook 1997, which is kind of weird.
That was
It's
a good
kind
year.
of fun. It's actually almost as though it's a yearbook, and I don't know if you guys have seen this before or not, but like, you know, they have like shit like who's the funniest of the year, like as though they like went to school. It's actually like a yearbook. But the funniest thing is that there's like a centerfold.
What is that noise? You got some feedback going on. Holy Hannah, what's going on there?
But I like the fact that grunge crossed out.
Yeah.
Put his name in there.
And if you guys don't know who Grunge is, he's one of the characters from Gen 13 that was kind of a pervy dude. What a great name for the 90s character, right? Grunge, like
Grunge. Oh yeah, just it was perfect. And then I found this John Boy cover of Quested, which I thought was pretty cool.
John Boy Myers?
Yep.
You don't see him as much anymore.
No, not really. I just see like once in a blue moon, like a random, like variant cover or something. But it's very rare. But I was very surprised to see this in a dollar bin.
Oh, nice. That's our friend Sora's book.
Some Sora song.
Beautiful. That's really cool. Now, is that from the Kickstarter or like the published one from? Oh, I can't remember who did it.
Legends.
Legends.
Yeah, it's from Legends.
Legends, who does a bunch of Kickstarters and Merc and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Tat? How you doing, brother man?
And then I thought this was a really cool cover. It's Dark Spaces, the Hollywood special. But I just thought this was a really cool cover.
Nice. I don't know what's going on there. Some crack.
Maybe. And then I found this because I'm a big Dakin fan.
Dakin.
And last but not least,
You got some Dakin going on over here.
what am I going to do about it, eh? You know? But who would I be if I didn't show a shark cover? So I'd be a bastard is what I'd be.
Yeah, you would.
Black Demon Tales
bastard.
3. In the
Hey,
Spank.
oh my gosh, what is that book?
It's called Black Demon Tales.
I'm so glad you showed it because I literally have it in my cart to get for you. I'm not even joking you, dude. I was like going through my cart and I'm like, I wonder if Sean has this freaking shark book. So I'm glad you showed it because that's $4.99 I don't have to spend.
Good.
Y'all make sure you check out Tat's IG because he's got some cool art that he does over there as well. We will.
Tissue.
We will collectively, said the chat.
I know we were on a Star Wars kick, but did you guys like the Visions? Star Wars Visions?
I haven't seen Visions. I mean, I've seen Visions, just not Visions of Star Wars.
Yeah, but like they did like this and like a series, an anime series type stuff.
That's pretty sweet, dude. When is that?
And this is a character from the Disney Visions.
Oh, is that Shin Hati anime version?
Actually, this is a dude, but his name's Carrie.
Oh, that's Karen. Karen the dude. Got it.
Carrie. He's actually a twin.
Is it really pronounced Kari?
Maybe. But here's his twin, which I think is funny. They left her.
They look nothing alike.
Yeah, she's got her helmet on. So.
Oh, I thought it was like an ebony and ivory thing going on.
No. Got like
ebony
a
ivory.
But I mean, they did give her, so make sure so you know that she wasn't a
chewed.
Yeah, a chewed.
Yeah, there's a lot of chewds going around these days. I'll probably get canceled for that, but that's all right.
You're a chewed.
I'm not a chewed.
You're a chud.
I'm a chew. I'm a chode. Whatever that means. I mean, I've never heard of that, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
Yeah, but
Have
they
you
also.
seen-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was just about to blurt out some nonsense.
Oh no, Poke and Joe was saying like there was also came out comic books of Visions, which is pretty cool too.
I wonder if it's that free comic book that I have. You know, the
Yeah.
free comic book day has the really sweet anime anime looking cover.
Yeah, it may have been because they did
Yeah.
a few like Star Wars drops on the last few free comic book days, but yeah.
What is
And
that?
the last
Yeah, but-
thing I guess I got to show is
Your hair? It looks
My
really blonde. Your hair looks really blonde.
it is blonde. As I picked up this sweet Elektra as Daredevil.
Oh, nice. So she's cosplaying as a dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just too much of that going on. I just can't keep up. That's a dang shame. Well, I think she filled in for Daredevil, correct?
Yeah, like he went to prison and
Yeah. She was like, guess what I am? Guess what you are that I'm not? And he's like, what? She said, a bitch. And he was like, that's a low bro. That's a low blow, bro.
Hello, bro.
So have you, maybe you, the people in the chat, have you been seeing this game called Starfield that just came out last week?
I have not.
Do you play video games?
Yes.
Do you play video games on the Xbox X Series by chance or PC?
No.
Okay, well, it's a pretty badass game from what I understand. I don't know. I asked my son to download it for me on the Xbox, and you know what he did? He started playing it. That's what he did.
Of course he did.
I said, dude, what's going on here? I don't ever play games. And I asked you to download one game for me on this whole freaking system that you have. And he's like, it's a really fun game. I'm like, it looked like it would be. That's why I asked you to download it.
He was just test driving it for you. Cause like,
He's like, well, you can start your own profile, Dad. I'm like, thanks. I appreciate that. But I haven't had a chance to play it. I was hoping to maybe test run it this weekend. You know, like it's like an open world game in space.
oh yes. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, like, you know, I mean, I haven't played a game since like Assassin's Creed or something, you know, or The Witcher. Well, that's not true because on the Switch I did play like Zelda Breath of the Wild a couple of years ago. So that's about how long it's been. The only games I ever get to play is like football with him. And he's like, "Hey Dad, you want to take me on in some Madden?" "Sure, son." "Hey Dad, you want some 2K?" I'm like, "Sure, let's play some 2K."
It's in the
Okay.
game.
It's a NBA 2K, and I'm terrible at 2K. The only way I even have a chance to come close to beating him is if he puts everything to 100, so I make all my shots. That's the only chance I have. And he's like, I'm going to turn mine off so I can show you how good I am. I'm like, that's great. You do that. I'm going to go over here and try and beat you by cheating. Because as my dad taught me, cheaters always win. Not at 2K,
And that's
they
what
don't.
my voice told me. She said, if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough.
That's a NASCAR rule right there. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Oh, man. Well, anyways, I might check it out this weekend. I might not because we got soccer in the morning. I got,
You're like, on second hand, no.
yeah, it's a pretty hectic schedule I have going on, right? So when you have 413 children like I do, it is a tight schedule. So, you know, I had volleyball tonight. So congratulations to my daughter. Her team won 4 of the 6 matches. She played very well. So high five to her, daughter. Yeah, then I had My son had football practice, got football games, soccer starts tomorrow. I got a fundraiser tomorrow evening that I got suckered into. That's the shitty thing about being a yes man, you know? It's like I get this random text, don't even recognize the number. Hey John, I'd like to invite you to come to this fundraiser tomorrow from 5 to 8. Absolutely.
Absolutely. No problem.
No problem. I'll be there 5 to 8. What are we doing? Indian tacos. Sounds great. And if you don't know what an Indian taco is, you obviously don't live in the Midwest.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you what an Indian taco was.
Well, in the Native American culture, they have things called fry bread. If you ever seen the movie Smoke Signals, which if you haven't, I strongly recommend it. It's hilarious and a pretty accurate depiction of life on the res. But anyways, they make fry bread, which is like, it's really actually kind of ironic. If you watch the movie Smoke Signals and the whole story about the fry bread is almost like the Jesus story of the loaves and the fish when he fed the 5,000 people.
Mhm.
And it's like the Native American version of that story. So it's quite comical when you actually do the parallel of it. But most people don't catch that. If you don't know, you don't know. But anyways, fry bread is just like literally fried bread. It's their thing. And they took taco meat and make it into a taco. And it's like, it's good. It's pretty good. If you like, hey, Victor. That's right. Chat knows what's up. So anyways, your wife has given thumbs up to what we're saying. That's perfect. Anyways, up here you can get like Indian tacos wherever. Like there's a restaurant here that makes them. Like it's like, you know, it's good, whatever. And these are friends of mine. Like I just didn't recognize the phone number, so I don't feel bad when I said yes. Or like, you know, it's like. So then I went to the Dollar General. If you know what a Dollar General is, I'm sure everyone's got a Dollar General in their neighborhood. No, you never been to a Dollar General? You got to have one in Kentucky, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went to the Dollar General on my lunch break today to get some paper plates and plastic forks because I got 516 kids. And I get tired of washing dishes, bro. I get tired of washing dishes.
I understand.
So anyways, I ran into them while I was there. And they're like, hey, did you get our text about the fundraiser? I'm like, absolutely. I got your text about the fundraiser. Now I know where it came from. Process of elimination. So anyways, long story short, I just wasted 17 minutes of your life talking about a fundraiser that no one knows or cares anything about except for me.
Hey, at least you kind of promoted it.
I did, to absolutely no one who will go.
And you gave me knowledge. I know what an Indian taco is now. So
Truth. And if you're free tomorrow from 5 to 8, there's a address I can send you to.
Let me get my plane ticket right quick.
Yeah, I don't think we have any South Dakota listeners. Well, maybe a couple. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? We got listeners. You know what? The other day I don't know if I told you this, but I started a podcast again, like an actual podcast, not like this. I was gonna try and turn this into a part of the podcast. I didn't tell you that before the show, just in case I fucked it up, which I did, so it doesn't matter. So anyways, I forgot to edit out or mute the part where I was yelling at my kids. So there's about 6 minutes of podcast time of me yelling at kids. So I'm just gonna have to scrap that and go back to plan A, which is whatever. Anyways, so I started a podcast and it's all about comics. It's on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts.
And I think I lost JP. He's got a frozen look on his face. Oh, technology. Can you guys hear me fine? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. LOL and Tat. It's not telling me if you can hear me or not. Well, you know what? Okay, good. I would say it's not a show unless like somebody's side technology messed up. So I guess this is the Pope G show now. That's funny. Like I would show you some. Well, I guess I could show you some Kickstarter. Yeah, they're safe to show. I got some Kickstarters in from this is Miss Meow, and this is number 6. Man, I guess we're on like a Star Wars kick today, but this is one of the covers I picked up from them. Very nice, very nice. And then I got these really nice JP's gonna be like, you're gonna get me kicked off of YouTube. Like if that doesn't get him kicked off YouTube, this one will. No, just kidding. Yep, so that's some books that I got from a Kickstarter. And if you guys know JP, he loves. Are you doing more Kickstarters this year? Am I going to be sponsoring more Kickstarters, or are you referring to my friend's Hard Justice? Because ironically, I just talked to my friend who did the Kickstarter for Hard Justice, and like it's the first time he's ever done it, and it's really strange because like JP was kind of asking about it, like what's the, because it's been a while, and he was like, is there any kind of updates or anything, and like my friend like is like this whole Kickstarter process is so like new, and like I kind of feel bad because like this project is his baby, and like this is something he's put so much hard work into, and like he had issues with like the printing people that he was gonna sell you Hard Justice, uh but like they like I guess a lot of Kickstarters had this problem too with printers. Like they would get I guess a deal with a print shop, and then when it came time for them to like take their books to the press, they would like I guess have like uh conflict of interest, or they wanted more money, or they weren't going to do as many books as they first promised they would. And so I mean that kind of hardship fell on his Kickstarter, but now he's having internal issues with a creator, I guess. Well, I don't want to get into it because it's not my place to say, but like this book should have been out, and there's been bumps, and and it's just sad. I just feel bad for him because like I mean people are going to like get their books from this Kickstarter, but I mean it's just going to take a tad bit longer. Uh, but yeah, it's like if you like, I don't know if you guys have like done Kickstarters, but a lot of Kickstarters are like the first couple I did, like I didn't realize it was going to take like be that long of a process to get your books or whatever. Like, but it was also really cool because like watching different Kickstarters, like I don't know, I guess you get to you have a better insight of like the comic book industry, and like because a lot of our favorite artists and comic book writers are starting to do their own projects on Kickstarter, and it's really cool to see them like doing their own stuff. But it's also like you see the powers that be like Marvel and DC, and like plus like the diamond uh, industry. I say not the diamond industry, but Diamond, who's the distributor. Like how much of like a lockdown they have on like the comic book there's the comic book world in general, and like it sucks because it's almost like, they have like this monopoly on on distributing comic books, but then Kickstarter is allowing these creators that we like to do stuff that we want them to do, and they can. I mean, the good thing is that like they're making money, like their money, like that money goes into their pockets, and but I like, but the only thing about that though is like you like there's that control like with DC and Marvel and shit like that. Like you get your issues, like monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, or whatever. Like you're gonna get your comic book. But like with Kickstarter, it's you have to like there's no telling what kind of bullshit you might end up with, and they don't have they may have to change printers or uh change who does the lettering or who they want to like who they want to distribute the book with, and it's really strange, like how these two big Marvel and DC have like this stranglehold, I guess. But I think like Marvel and DC are starting to lose that strangle hold because of like stuff like Kickstarter and I guess Whatnot, this thing, and then like Distillery, which which has a whole bunch of new artists. But like the other thing with that though is like Distillery still I think they're still distributed through Diamond, but uh, that's kind of cool that they're kind of doing their own thing. But this is really strange. Like when I need feedback, like I wasn't like prepared to go solo, so I'm gonna see if my boy is good. It's funny because like I sent him a text and it says All About Comics has notifications silenced. And when I sent the message, I never. So JP's trying, said it booted him off the internet, so he's trying to. Any major finds this year? Uh, that's a good question. I don't know if I found like any like big major finds this year. Like I've been busy. I mean, a lot of things that I've picked up is like mainly from Kickstarter. Uh, I'm trying to think. Did I pick up anything like extremely huge? I'd have to say one of the coolest things that I picked up, I guess. I mean, is I'm a big Neil Gaiman fan, and I showed this already, and it's not. But this was at I think at like a Chicago Comic Con, and but I picked up this. It's like a guest of honor Neil Gaiman, and it's a limited special. Like I would say it's like a program, but it's actually like different artists, uh, like have done like little skits of how they, I guess, like their interactions with Neil Gaiman, and it's actually quite funny because like Todd McFarlane did one, and like it's just kind of funny seeing like Todd McFarlane do a like a comic book thing about like one of his like I guess talks with Neil Gaiman in like this comic book form, especially knowing that they with Angela that they they had the like their copyright war of like who actually owned the rights to Angela, and obviously if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure you do. Neil Gaiman won, and he owns the rights to Angela because she first appeared in a Spawn, I believe issue number 9, That was her first appearance, and then like Neil Gaiman took her and put her in like uh, the Ultron book in Marvel, and like Todd McFarlane was like, "You can't do that," and like Neil Gaiman was like, "Yeah, I can." And I guess they went to court, and Neil Gaiman won. So that happened. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, I gotta have something. Oh, I did pick this up. Like, I had these a long time ago, but somehow, like, when I was a young kid, and like they got out of my collection. But I did have a few because when I was young, my thing was like collecting. When I first started collecting, my thing was Wolverine, and my brother collected Spider-Man. But the thing that always pissed me off is that, like, when we went to the comic book store, me and my like brother would go, and like our dad would get us comic books. Like I would read mine, and then like I would like as soon as I was done reading, it was bagged and boarded and put in the comic book box. My brother, like, to be honest, I don't even know if he even like read them, or if like he was even as interested in comic books as I was. But he collected Spider-Man, and like he would just like throw these, like, just throw them in the box, like he didn't care about them, and like like that cringed me bad. I was like I would go into his room and like bag and board his comic books, and I was like, man, like, you may not give a shit, but I give a shit. Like, but and I'm glad I got these off eBay, and because this is probably one of my favorite runs within Spider-Man is Revenge of the Sinister Six, and I was hoping they weren't going to be like super outlandish, because like I guess there's supposed to be like a Sinister Six movie or something along the lines of this. But also the reason why I had to get these again is because like I think Eric Larson, and like I know you guys can debate, but like Eric Larson does my favorite Spider-Man. Like I love Eric Larson's style of Spider-Man. Like it's my absolute favorite. And so I got a good deal on this, and so I have the full 6-part of the Revenge of the Sinister Six. And I'd almost have to say I like Eric Larson's Hobgoblin too. I think that's pretty badass. And I'm wanting to say there was a point in time where Solo was going to be some big shit. Like I think there was like some speculation on him at one point in time. I can't remember. But I ever wondered what happened to his character. Like, he just kind of disappeared. And to be honest, like, I don't remember too much about him anyway, to be honest with you. It's like one of those characters that, for me, just kind of slipped through the cracks.
Surprise! What?
Yeah, that got awkward, buddy. Like, hey. I was like, I wasn't ready for this.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm amazed that it stayed on with just you. Like, I figured it would have screwed the pooch, but
I did too, because there was a minute there where I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, I guess we got kicked off, and then I was like, I'm still alive. I was like,
yeah, it was the weirdest thing. Like, my internet kicked me out, and I'm like, what in the world? And I'm like, I assumed one of the kids had got crazy with the video game controllers and threw some shit against the wall, or so. Anywho, they didn't. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyways, that was a little bit crazy. So, continue on with what you were doing, sir. I apologize for the distraction.
Actually, ironically, I was just done. I was just telling them that I recently picked up one of my favorite runs of Spider-Man, and that was the Revenge of the Sinister Six that Eric Larson did.
Oh, nice.
And I'm surprised I didn't get any feedback. I thought people were gonna like kick my ass and say Todd McFarlane had the better Spider-Man, but like,
Oh.
I made the statement that I like Eric Larson's Spider-Man better.
Speaking of Todd McFarlane, I got a homage cover to Todd McFarlane to show. And
Do it.
Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, nonetheless. And the Todd McFarlane
and there's
Spider-Man Wizard magazine homage.
Oh,
But this is from World Tree number 1.
nice. Classic.
Yeah, right. This is from Miko Cyan. Anyways, I've decided that I want to try and collect a majority of the World Tree covers. What can I say? I like psychotic-looking internet chicks with blades in their hand and blood on their other hand. So, anyways, I apologize for my abrupt disappearance, but like any good ninja, that's what we do. Have you read World Tree at all?
I have not.
Me either. I'm really gonna have to read it though, because it seems like it's right up my alley.
But I mean, they have some really good covers though. Like I've definitely seen some covers that I liked.
Well, it's James Tynion, the 405th.
The 405th.
So you know his writing with something is killing the children. So I figure if it's horror themed and he's writing it, I'll probably like it. And with all the cool covers they're doing, I might as well try and see how many I can get without going too crazily broke. But I don't know if you want me to show off any books or not, but if you do, I got a few.
You should. It is comics and cold ones.
True, and I finished the first of my cold ones, so let's go ahead and crack open this. Already cracked it open.
He's got magic. He's got tricks. Disappears, reappears with the beer already opened.
I'll tell you one thing. This is way better than that liquid gold goat piss shit.
Dude, you could have threw up in your mouth and swallowed it, and it would probably taste.
You're not wrong.
Tasted better if you just like.
I mean, I guess.
Swallowed it again.
I guess if I would have puked it up and swallowed it, it would have also still been organic.
Oh man.
Anyways, I don't recommend this shit to anyone out there who's thinking, you know what, I sure would like an organic light lager from Michelob Ultra, pure gold. Don't do it. Do not do it.
Don't do it.
You're more better off to punch yourself in the genitalia and call it good.
Yeah, but I went ahead and also showed them those Kickstarter books.
Oh, which ones?
The spicy ones.
I'm spicy. I have to. I can't hear the word spicy and not do that. Oh, yeah, we got some Shikari there. Shikari Meow. That's the Evolution cover, which I'll have probably next week or so.
Yeah, and then I showed the Padawan.
Oh, my gosh, dude. I got to get that. I love Carl Liversidge, a.k.a. Sour Acid. That's his name on Instagram if you're following his artwork. He's a weird dude, but he's a good artist. Well, I got a couple Kickstarters in as well. I haven't shown you these yet. Well, you've seen these ones because I think you got them yourself, but I forgot to show them in my last video, so I'm going to just kind of sneak them in tonight. And that would be the Cheeky Comics. We got a little angel cover there. I don't know if you got that cover or not.
I did not.
It also came with a really cool Yahaimi print, also known as Jasmine Darnell, which I know you got that. So I forgot about it until I saw it on your video, and I was like, well, I think I got that print as well. And it turns out I did, in fact. And I know you got this cover because we love us some Lyrics Lee up in this All About Comics and Cold Ones world. So not quite a bathtub cover, but it's a shower cover, which is basically like a cousin to a bathtub. So I think it
Cat
can
wants you to full screen it.
make me. You want me to full screen it, man? What kind of show you think we're doing here? You think we're high tech intelligence? You're crazy. How about that?
While you do that, I'm gonna go get another beer.
Do that, and I'll just full screen it here. I could have full screened Pope too, I guess. So this is Lyrics Lee. This is shower scene cover here. Inappropriate. And then this was the Cheeky Comics Angel cover. I have a small Angel collection. Yeah, now you can see the books. And the Yahaimi Jasmine Darnell print. Also came with a sticker, which I don't see my friend Cassie on here, but if Cassie, if you watch this later, I got plenty of stickers coming your way, child. I just got to get your address again. So I haven't seen her in a minute, so hopefully she's still doing well out there. If not, I guess I can message her on Facebook. Okay, well, while he's doing whatever he's doing, I'll show y'all some stuff I got today. You want to see some stuff I got today? All right. Well, first of all, my friend Tony, E-Man Tony on Instagram, if you guys don't follow him, you should. He messaged me a few weeks ago and was like, hey, bro, do you have this bathtub cover? And I said, no, bro, I don't have that bathtub cover. So he sent me to the website to get the bathtub cover. But then I was like, you know what? I have this really amazing LCS here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Shout out to Rainbow Comics. So I went digging over there today on my lunch break because I had some time. And I found the cover he was talking about, and it was only $3. So, you know, cheap me found something cheaply. So there we go. Another bathtub cover for the bathtub cover collection. Can you see that, Pope? Do you see that bathtub cover? Ooh,
I see it.
do what I did. I got the key to your city. So there's that. And then I went there with something on, because the last time I was there, I saw this book in their back issue section, and I thought to myself, if you don't pick this up soon, you're not going to get an opportunity to pick it up for a decent price, because we know how it is with Adam Hughes in this world. So they had this in their back issue bin. So a little Tomb Raider Adam Hughes cover, and these are drying up, man. Like they you just don't see these around used to. Same with the Catwoman run that he did. Anyways, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's not my favorite Tomb Raider cover by any stretch, but it's an Adam Hughes, and I figure I should probably get that in Adam Hughes box while I can. So I did. It was decent. It was a reasonable price. No big deal. You put a bathtub cover on your newest shout-out board, as you should. As you should.
As you should.
Okay, so, all right. I got a couple more things I picked up at the LCS today. Now, the cool thing about my LCS I learned today is they actually have a dollar wall. I walk by it every time you go in the store. Like, it's literally on the left and right when you walk in the door. And I never really paid attention to it because, I don't know.
That's a wall book.
Yeah, well, it's just, you know, they just have a book of dollar, and they have a spinner rack too. That's like dollar books. But anyways, so when I walked in, I was like, oh, I should look at this wall. I never looked at this wall, but I did today. And on this wall was a gangster ass barista #1 bubblegum cover. You see that?
Yeah.
Look at that bubblegum cover. It's got some spine ticks, but it goes into the bubblegum collection, so no big deal, right? No big deal. And then I was perusing the new releases, aka the last 2 weeks, because I don't go there that often. And I figured there had to be some newer books that had bubblegum covers, and I wasn't wrong. I found this X-Men Mark Brooks cover with the Jubilee there blowing a bubble. So
you can always count on Jubilee.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a given, right? Like anything Jubilee related, it's got bubblegum covers. Usually. I mean, I have quite a few from over the years, but excuse me. And then yesterday, so I got this notification, I don't know, Hazel Dan, when was it? A week or so ago? When I said I got this weird notification that says Dynamic Forces is sending you a package. Now, I have never ordered anything from Dynamic Forces. I do know that. And I still haven't. Just for the record, I still have not. So anyways, got the package in. It was from Dynamite Comics, which I have no idea why the message said Dynamic Forces, but it did. And it was for a Kickstarter from back in February. And it was for Bad Kitty. I'm a bad kitty. This is the Mr. Gunn cover. If you guys know who Mr. Gunn is, follow him on Instagram. Great artist. Whatever. But the real reason I got the Kickstarter, apparently back in February, was for a nice Shannon Mayer cover. I'm a fan of Shannon Mayer, AI or digital art, whatever you want to call it. There's a little question marks behind Shannon Mayer's AI usage, but I'm not going to get into that. I mean, it's probably just a coincidence that he owns an AI company. Probably just a coincidence. Anyways, he draws cool women, guns, westerns, whatever. I'm not really sure if this is a defect over here or not. I can't find any other copies on the internet to know if that's all got a weird yellow mark. You can't touch it. It doesn't rub, or you can touch it, but it doesn't feel like it's a defect,
It's a glow-in-the-dark cover.
Well, it might be, but that ain't my doings. But anyways, there we go. Do we like that, or do we like this? Oh, I think we like this. Do we like this? What do you think, chat? You like this, or do you like this? I like the black border personally. So I feel like we're hanging in space. Excuse me. Believe it or not, I've lived up here for over a year now, and I haven't gotten a single cold. I haven't gotten sick. I haven't got anything. I woke up today with a runny nose.
Congratulations.
Well, I think it's just a lack of sleep. I don't think it's a real cold. I think it's a fake cold that's trying to trick me into think that I'm sick, but my willpower and mind is stronger than that, so I'll drink that away.
That's right.
Anyways, that was kind of all I had to show as far as books go tonight. I do apologize for the slight delay. But if y'all just want to see some random shit that I have sitting around, I got this really cool Shikari book. I showed it before. We like Jesse. Speaking of which, the actual Kickstarter for this launched a little bit ago today. There are some really cool Shikari covers in there if you're interested in supporting another Kickstarter. It's Jesse Zombie Hunter. And as always, there are inappropriate covers because we wouldn't be a Kickstarter without titties.
Especially if Shikari's involved.
Shikari is all about drawing the breasts. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't stop at the boobs, does he? He's like, oh, you draw boobs? Hold my beer.
Yeah, watch this.
No, I did have the Jessica Rabbit Shikari cover at one time, but I also found a way to make money, so I chose to make money during that time. It was a hard time back in 1941. There's not been a good shark tit cover in a long time.
No.
I can only think of one that really.
I'm just thinking about it. He's a smile to my face. Oh man.
I really wish you just kept it on hand right next to you for every time we talked about shark tits, and you can just whip it out. Oh
my god.
You should at least have like a print of it hanging up somewhere, like where you can just be like, oh yeah, I know about shark tits. Let me show you guys right now, because every time we get a new viewer, they may not know about the 3-titty sharks. I mean, those are rare. I've only seen one.
They're very rare. They're very rare.
Only seen one in my whole life.
Like I said, I have so many comic books. Like I have it in one of my boxes that I want to send to CGC. Like the next time I send books, that one is definitely going because that thing has to be preserved.
It really does, man. There's nothing like, I don't know what your collection looks like on a scale of anything, but I do know that that isn't the pinnacle of your collection, then we failed you. We have failed you.
No, it's like, if I'm gonna leave my son a legacy, you know, like, what did your dad leave you when he get on his way? Like, oh yeah.
Well, I know that no matter what happens in life that my dad leaves me behind, it will not compare to what you have to leave. I will have nothing like that handed down to me from my family, which is a really sad story.
You know, we joke around, but I kind of wonder if like that book is a fucking ghost. Like,
dude,
I'm gonna have to look that shit up and see if like. Oh my god, that was just so good. Like, I was not expecting that fucking book.
No one in their right mind would be expecting that book, man. Like, I will never forget when Mike, I get that message from Mike, and he's like, JP, I found this book. I'm going to bid on it, and I'm going to win it for Pope. And I'm like, what? And he sends me the picture, and I, like, fell out of my chair laughing so hard because I'm like, how is this even a thing? This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. That's not even for me. Like, this is unbelievable.
I'll just never forget, like, opening it and just, like, there was a moment of, like, everything just, like, all my emotions just dropped, and I was like, yep.
That was one of the best nights of my life, watching you open that package.
Oh, man.
Like, it's up there with, like, childbirth times 73.
Son, did I tell you about the time that my friend got the 3-titted comic book shark?
Tell us again, Dad. Tell us again.
That ain't a comic book.
It was good times. I do have I already showed Sean this, but I got some books I got to send his way, and one of them is from World Tree. This is the Bird City variant. Second print virgin cover by Franny. So that's going to Sean's house in a few years. And then God Killer. I just thought this was a cool cover that he needed to have.
Most definitely.
Huh?
I said most definitely.
I found some books that I was supposed to send to Hazel Dan today. I was unpacking some stuff. Dude, it was supposed to be her birthday present in April. I suck as a friend, by the way. I just want to throw it out there. Like, do not rely on me to be a good friend at all, because I will fail you. But anyways, shit, I was looking at them, and I was like, those are some nice books. I hope she appreciates them a year later.
A year later.
It won't be quite a year. I got them handy now. I just got to bag them, tag them, and send them on their way. Well, let me rephrase that. I just got to box them up. They're already bagged and tagged. But I think she'll enjoy them. Maybe. Maybe not. You have a pile for me too? Sweet. You need my address? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just got stuff everywhere, man. I'm trying to organize it. I want to do this wall, but because my issue with my wall, you can't see my house. You can see the wall behind me, and you see my original art over there from that really awesome magic drawing that the lady in Seattle did for me. But right here, I would like to do a wall over here of raw books and then a wall over here of slab books. I can do it, but I don't know if the J channel that I want to use will hold the CGC books properly, or if I have to find something else, maybe a Q channel. Don't know if that's a thing. I just made that up. But something bigger than a J, like maybe an L. You know?
There we go. Shark Tank.
Sure. What?
I said Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah, you just made up a new product.
Maybe I can go to the local Menards if you guys have one of those, or Home Depot or Lowe's.
Yes.
and use. I mean, I know they all carry that kind of stuff, but I was thinking maybe for the CGC wall, it might be better to do like a wooden shelf. You know, it might stick out further, but it might not. Or a wire rack, like the wire shelving that you can get places. Maybe a slat wall. I don't know. I'm just spitballing it with random people right now. Whoever's listening.
Well, that's how I felt like when he disappeared. I was like, I don't have anybody to ping off of right now. I was like, I said, can anybody hear me in the chat? And Tag goes, LOL. I was like, that's not letting me know if you can hear me or not.
I think that was code for he could hear you.
Or I didn't know if he was laughing at, because your face was just frozen in this funny pose for a while.
That'll do it.
I've never done that, but
Never have you ever. Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't really been keeping up with comic book related news or anything. Have you seen Blue Beetle by chance?
Nope. Like,
Did you
man,
watch-
I am super behind. Like, I just got caught up on the Spider-Man movies, and I just watched Black Adam.
You're about a year late.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do have to say this though, like
spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. But like the Spider-Man movies, I have to say, like, I'm not a big fan of like the Spider-Man movies, but I do like the new Spider-Man. I like the one with Homecoming, like the new Spider-Man dude.
Yeah, the Tom Holland film.
Yeah,
he's like the perfect Spider-Man.
That's what I believe. Like he made me enjoy Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree.
I have to say that the last Spider-Man movie like saved the rest of the Spider-Man movies for me.
Of course, because of
I should say the ones that I have watched.
the bringing of all of them together kind of thing.
Yeah.
Was kind of cool. It was a little bit emotional. I might have teared up a little bit.
And like, man, just William Dafoe, man, that's like, goddamn.
He's good.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that they had a goblin mask, but I'm glad he didn't fucking wear it this time. I'm glad, like, the only thing he did do was just pull the hood over and had that fucking menacing look on his face.
He wears that all the time, actually. That's his real face. True story.
What?
I think I love Willem Dafoe in the Boondock Saints the most. I mean, that's such an iconic. I haven't seen The Lighthouse. It's on my to-do list. Have you seen it? Yeah.
You're in for a good show, buddy.
You're laughing. Is that sarcasm, or is that like it's a good movie? Disturbing?
It's definitely disturbing, but like it's a good movie. But you're gonna be like, what?
Oh, perfect. I like disturbing.
There's a part in that movie where it's just like, yeah, that happened.
Oh, well, that sounds lovely.
I almost have to rate it up there with oh my god, what was that movie called? Oh, with the girl from Labyrinth and Damian Wayne and holy shit, where they're doing drugs and shit.
Train Spotting.
No.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly and Requiem for a Dream.
Yes, Requiem for a Dream. Thank you. God,
you're welcome. God, I'm good at this game.
There you are. Like.
Yeah. 2 words. That's actually 3, but whatever. 4 if you count the Have you seen all the John Wick films? I've seen the first one.
I have not seen the last one.
How many are there now? 17?
There's 4.
Oh.
I love the John Wick films. Like,
I like Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, I know. I was a dickhead. I was like, Cthulhu. True.
Oh my gosh, dude. I butchered that so bad in my video.
Spit it out, JP. I know you know it. I know you know it.
Oh my god. And I did know it, and I remember afterwards, and I like reread it, and I saw it, and I said Cthulhu. How freaking hard was that, bro? How hard was it just to say Cthulhu?
But to be honest, though, like that's the weirdest pronunciation for how it is written.
I get it, but I knew it because of the old like H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraft shit. So the fact that I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna butcher the hell out of this. My brain's not working. I couldn't get it to go. But then I saw in your video, I was like, oh, is he making fun of me? Is that what he's doing in this video? He's making fun of me. He's totally making fun of me. Yeah, I saw you make fun of me. I was like, I see you, Sean. I see you.
Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I told him I was going to send him this book.
No, I'm not gonna. Because you don't appreciate anything.
But you're going to send me like a Sears catalog instead. Like, you give me a phone book.
Phone book. I'm going to send your ass a phone book from South Dakota.
A package from...
Like, what in the hell am I going to do with all these South Dakotan phone numbers? I don't even know anyone in South Dakota except for that dude. And he's not even really South Dakotan. He's a fake South Dakotan person.
Yep, I'll fake it.
I'm a faker. So what do you got going on with work? You got any plays coming up soon?
Yes. We have a musical that we're doing. It's The Cage. Or La Cage.
I'm sorry, what? Could you say that again?
It's La Cage.
La Cage. Is that like Spanglish for cash?
It's French for cage.
Oh, close enough.
Yeah, you're close.
That's pretty close. It's all Latin oriented, right?
Chat says he's gonna take tits for 200. And then he said it's Let It Snow.
I think Tat's drinking with us.
I think that's a delay from like when you're trying to figure out what Requiem for a Dream was.
Oh yeah, well I remember that weird Jennifer Connelly scene. That's how I know that movie. That little sex scene or whatever it was, and all the drugs.
Ass to ass.
Yep, that was the one.
Yep.
That's the one. I don't remember it like it was yesterday, but I remembered enough that I know it wasn't yesterday. Oh man, you know what I was doing today? Do you ever watch like stand-up comedy?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite stand-up comic of all time, dead or alive?
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, it's tough. Like sandpaper on your ass tough. I get it. It's hard.
Yes. But I have to say, oh my God. And I'm horrible at names today. Like, my brain farts. Like, it's...
Really? Cthulhu? Let's talk about that.
Something Berg.
Mitch Hedberg?
Yes, thank you.
Gosh, I'm really good at this game, man.
God, man, my brain is dead today. Like, I think it's when you did your magic trick of just leaving me in the dust. I was like...
Oh, my gosh. There's a noun.
You know what it is? Like, it's just like Wayne's World when, like, Wayne leaves Garth all by himself and he's like... just, like, freaking out shit.
It's a guy. He has hair. Sometimes he has eyes that have two colors. Oh, that guy. I know that guy.
I know that guy.
Mitch Hedberg, man, he was a crackhead. Like, he was on some serious drugs, but he was funny. He was a funny dude.
I have to say, like, he made me laugh a lot. Like,
yeah, I used to watch some of his stuff. I'll take swords for 500, Alex. Sorry, that was for Tat. Anyways, I was watching. I think my favorite current comedian is Dan Cummins. If you ever get a chance to listen to him, his newer stuff that he's doing is a little too political for me. Like, he's all about. I don't like political humor too much because I just don't care. Like, I don't care enough about politics to make it work for me. So, that being said, I like his dark humor because I like dark humor. But I tell you who my favorite guy is. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, and that would be Ralphie May.
Okay.
Dude, that guy, he's the most real dude I think I've ever watched in comedy. He just gets it from all the racial stuff, everything. I'm like, that guy just gets it. Like, I understand. I know exactly what he's talking about.
Like for a second there, I thought you were gonna say Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, he was funny too, but he was raunchy funny, man. He was. Well, Tat, I hope you have a great dinner. I hope it's something delicious like, I don't know, smoked salmon and beer. I hear that's really popular in Russia. I could be wrong.
I hope it's Indian tacos. And if it's not Indian tacos, there's a fundraiser happening.
That is true. I know a place tomorrow night, 5 to 8. For sure. Indian tacos for the win. That is right. But anyways, yeah, I was just watching some old Ralphie May stuff today. Like it comes across like, those reels or whatever, and I can't not watch it when it pops across the screen. You're not wrong. Ralphie May is awesome. The one I was watching today, it was just like we was talking about like heavy white women smoking a pack of Cools, and you just like wait around for a minute, and you'll see a half black baby come around the corner. And it just made me laugh so much because like growing up in the South, that's literally like the stereotype that existed, and I'm like you could always tell like how people were by the stuff they would buy at convenience stores. Or haircuts. I was really good with haircuts. I could figure out what your life was like based on your haircut. Just because, I mean, if you had a mullet, you probably were a good dude. Probably. Do you have a mullet, Pope? Turn it around. Turn it around. It's kind of like a mullet. I mean, it's like a mohawk mullet. Dude, you got some blonde hair. When did that happen? Does your wife know?
No.
I didn't think so. Does she ever come home from work and be like, "So, honey, does the curtains match the drapes?"
Yes.
Yeah, I figured she did.
In fact, there's a curtain check every night.
Oh. Was it a rug? Is it like a rug match the curtains? Is that better? Is that more? Like, I feel like you have a polar bear rug. I mean,
it's a polar bear from Lost, maybe.
Just saying. I can see that. A little Burt Reynolds action going on there.
Burt Reynolds. That sounds like a move I'd do. Hey, baby, you ready for the Burt Reynolds?
You just lay there naked on a bear rug, polar bear rug to match your hair.
Oh,
She's like, "Oh, is it Tuesday already?"
But what a beautiful reference, though.
Yeah. Oh gosh. We done lost this show. I don't know what's happening.
No.
But it's all right. I like to be inappropriate sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, you never know what you're going to get when you do comics and cold ones, though.
You for sure don't. I mean, there's a lot more.
Sometimes things just happen, and then, like, we just tumble off into the fucking desert.
We do, and we get real thirsty out there. So that's why we got to have the cold ones, right?
Exactly.
You can't have thirsty deserts without cold ones.
Thirsty deserts. Nope.
Speaking of thirsty deserts, man, I bet those people at the Burning Man were pretty thirsty. You ever see that shit?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what the Burning Man is, but...
Oh, well. I guess they had some sickness going on out there or something. You know what? It's really hard to understand what's going on in the world because of all the weird media. It's hard to believe anything, So unless you know someone who's there, like, yeah, we all have dysentery and this is a bad deal, it's hard to say. And I'm like, I didn't even know that dysentery was still a thing, but it could be,
Leprosy, man, leprosy.
Leprosy's coming back. I hear that's a good thing,
I'm going to get my copy of Leprosy tomorrow.
Yeah. I always thought like a vacation hotspot would be like Leprosy Island. Like, what? I'm going to take the kids out to Leprosy Island this weekend. What are y'all doing?
I'll be the first one voted off, I guarantee that.
They'd be like, well, there's something different about you, sir. Like, you have all your legs and skin. I'm like, I took a wrong turn. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't realize that my boat was coming to this island. But now that we're here, let's party.
Yeah, let's do this.
I got one beer left, and you look like you could use a couple. Anyways, you gone to any conventions this year? Is that on your to-do list, or is it how's COVID in Kentucky? Is it still a thing? They're bringing it back?
I mean, it's hit us again pretty hard. Like,
Yeah.
Like we've got hit, like Berea specifically. We got like a lot of kids got it like a stomach virus, and then on top of that, a lot of them got COVID. So like this past week, like my student workforce has been like decimated.
That's not good. The first week of school here, I had 2 kids get home with a weird stomach thing. Like, I don't know, like their fever was spiked and then it was gone like 12 hours later. It was the weirdest thing. I mean, I don't know, but I was like, man, really? The first week of school? I've been waiting all summer for this first week of school.
Oh,
Like, I've been, Gomez, what is going on, brother man? The broski.
the broski. Everybody's broski.
Everybody's broski. But yeah, it was just a weird thing. And I was like, you know what? You could have waited like, I don't know, a couple weeks into school. Give me a break. I've been sitting here all summer. I work from home. I don't get a break from kids. I was waiting. I was counting down the days till school started. And then when it started, 2 days later, like, sorry, your kids are sick. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not sick. You know what's sick? The fact that you're trying to send them back home to me. I've been waiting all summer for this.
Like, this is my time.
Yeah, I waited. I persevered. I endured.
I mean, it's funny you say that because I actually did get COVID the first week of school.
This year?
Yeah.
What'd you do with it?
Like, to be honest with you, like, it just felt like I had sinuses. Like,
you do have sinuses.
No, I don't. I got rid of them a long time ago.
Oh, my bad. Well, did you, like, because, I hear there's, like, a new variant coming down the pipeline here from, Bill Gates or whatever.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I don't know who makes it. I don't have any inside.
I'm just saying I don't know because, like, I don't know. Like, like you, I'm just kind of done with it.
Yeah, I mean,
the first 2 times I had COVID was fucking horrible.
I only got it once and I gave it back, so it was good. It's like, I don't do givesies. You can keep that shit. You hear my kids screaming in the background?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that y'all can hear it. I was worried that you couldn't, and it was just me going crazy.
No, you're good.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That's I'm glad you survived it, obviously, because that'd make this conversation really weird if you had died. Because
that was my magic trick. You think you're gonna disappear?
Well, it'd make your ghost hat mean a whole different meaning. But I know you're not wearing a ghost hat tonight. But if you used to wear a ghost hat, but regardless, it was. I'm glad you survived, and I hope that no one else gets that crap in your family. Your wife's pretty safe, I would imagine.
No, she got it.
Oh,
I think she's the one that gave it to me.
Oh, what the hell?
I love you, baby doll.
I'm not pro-divorce, but I might consider that as an option for you. Obviously, I'm well into that shit. But anyways, your son didn't get it?
No, I don't think so.
It's probably because y'all don't love him enough. That's the problem right there. See, right there. That's what happened.
Yeah, I don't even know where he is right now.
Like, I haven't seen that kid in like 4 years. Like, I know we had a kid. I saw him that one time, and we got pictures. He's on a wall. Like, I don't know why he's not showing up anymore. Do you have like a secret passage in your house where he just travels from room to room? That'd be kind of sweet, actually. I need a secret passage in my house. Like a doggy door for adults.
Have you seen that movie? Remember that movie, like that horror movie where the things lived under the stairs?
The people under the stairs?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm really good at this game, Pope. I mean, I don't know, I'm 3 for 3. I don't know what everyone else is playing this game, but I am there. You just throw something out there. I'm reading your mind.
Nailed it.
You remember that one movie with Oprah Winfrey? Oh, The Color Purple? Yeah, that's the one. How'd you know? I don't know. Just good like that.
I just.
That movie's old, man. I haven't seen that movie in forever. People Under the Stairs. You know what happened last week? We almost had some people under the stairs, but my daughter came home with a stray cat. Yeah, that was not good. I was mowing the lawn, and she comes up, and she's just standing there hollering at me like something's wrong. And I'm like, I'm freaking got headphones in. I'm listening to music. I'm doing my thing. I'm mowing the
Like,
lawn.
I'm getting shit done.
You know, I turn out. I'm like, what do you want? She's like, this cat followed me home, and I'm like, no, it did not follow you home. You know why? Because it's not ours. Get rid of it. But it likes me.
Or I will.
Yeah. Then it comes over and it's all rubbing on my legs. I'm like, we're not friends, cat. I don't know you, and you're touching me. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know you. I don't know where you've been. But I know exactly where you've been.
Then I got into an argument with my 13-year-old, and she's like, can we bring it in the house? And I'm like, no, it's in heat. I don't want this cat pissing all over my house. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I outgrew that a long time ago. So I'm really not into cat piss all over my stuff. You know, it's not enjoyable. It's hard to clean. Stinks. But anyways, long story short, the cat disappeared. So I don't know what happened to the cat. For real, not me. Don't know where it went. But it's gone. And no one has brought it back up. So it's probably out in my shed out back, to be honest. That's probably where my kids put it, because they're like, he'll never look back here. We'll just feed it.
He only mows the lawn like once a month.
Well, and I don't keep the mower in the shed. I keep it in the garage. So the shed is like I have no reason to go into the shed. So if they were sneaky and smart, like I trained them to be, that's where the cat is. But regardless, it was whatever. I don't have a problem with cats. I just have a problem with me having cats. You know, like I'm not a big fan. But anyways, I suppose I've rambled on enough here. It's almost probably 11 o'clock your time. People are probably like, man, I wish I'd stopped talking about cats. I thought this was comics and cold ones.
Yeah.
Well, it's comics, cold ones, and cats at the end of the show. Speaking of cats, you ever going to do that play?
Hopefully not.
No.
No.
You're not into memories? All Alone in the Moonlight?
All Alone in the Moonlight.
Good times. Well, I suppose we can wrap this up and let people have some of their time back. I appreciate you all watching and hanging out with us and letting us do our thing. And we'll probably, maybe if Pope is into this, maybe we can do it again in, say, I don't know, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I like the every other week schedule. Seems to work pretty well. It sounds like my kids are murdering each other, so I want to go see what that's all about. But and you look tired, like you're about to fall asleep. So you know.
No, I'm good.
But hey, thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate you as always. Yeah, until next time, you guys take care of yourselves and keep on collecting, and we'll check you later. Bye.